Hello and welcome to this video tutorial. Today what we're going to discuss is presenting your catalogues as opposed to simply letterboxing your catalogues and dropping them through the doors. Now, why should you think about presenting your catalogues? Well, you can expect much higher returns from your retailing by doing so. Now, 100 catalogues letterboxed would normally produce you about £80 to £100 worth of orders once you collect them back. However, 100 catalogues presented, you would normally expect to yield around about £200 to £300 worth of orders. Now let's just start with a few basics. Remember always to take a retail organiser or a notebook with you to make notes of what the books you've left at houses and the ones you haven't. Please don't make the mistake of leaving this to memory. Always make sure your catalogues are presentable. You have to bear in mind your catalogue pack is your shop window. Dirty catalogue bags on your catalogues aren't going to look particularly good if you're handing them over to people. Now, you normally expect to present on a weekday anyway around about 10 to 15 catalogues per hour in the day, and if you're doing it in the evening, obviously when there are more people about, around 15 to 20 per hour in the evening. Now, as an option, if you have more catalogues, and certainly this is useful in the daytime, it can be a great idea maybe to present your catalogues where people are in, and if people are not in, then letterbox in between. However, if you've only got the basic 50 catalogue pack, we would recommend that you only present at this stage, obviously so you don't lose too many catalogues. Now, it's really natural to be nervous. In fact, I would imagine everybody's nervous the first time they present a catalogue, but just literally bite the bullet and do it anyway. Once you've actually been doing it, after you've done a few houses, really the fear just goes away and you find it a really natural process. Now, step one. First of all on the approach, we would recommend you step back from the house, maybe 1 or 2 steps, so you're not actually sort of invading their personal space on the doorstep. Now, step 2, it could be a really good idea to stand side on. Again, so you're not threatening their personal space, and perhaps just be pretending you're writing a few things down, taking a couple of notes. And simply when they answer the door, step 3, just smile and say, "Hello, we're just delivering some Kleeneze catalogues in this area, and we've been asked to knock and see if it's okay to leave you a catalogue to look at overnight. Would that be okay?" Now, if they take a catalogue, simply say, "That's great, I'm sure you realise how it works. It's entirely up to you if you buy something or not. Either way, can you leave it outside for me to collect tomorrow?" "That's great, thank you." Really important to keep records, as we've discussed earlier, of those who take a catalogue, of those who don't want a catalogue. And it's absolutely fine, by the way, if they don't want a catalogue. In fact, it could be a really positive thing because you know the catalogues you're now placing in your houses have got a much better chance of actually getting a sale for you. And of course, keep records of those who buy, because that's the whole idea, that you start building a customer base that will purchase from you time and time again. Now, we recommend that you redeliver to the area again in about 4 to 6 weeks' time, and just exclude those who didn't want a catalogue the first time. Now, where possible, we would recommend you present them again. Now, to build your customer base, we would recommend you repeat this 2 to 3 times to build your customer base before just going customers only in that area. Here's some key benefits. You'll find you get much less negativity from people by presenting your catalogues than even by letterboxing your catalogues. Most negativity normally comes from people actually not inviting a catalogue through, or they've told maybe previous distributors they didn't want a catalogue. By you presenting it and giving them an option whether they wanted it or not, you completely eliminate that. You'll also find it's quicker to do. We worked out recently that to gain £150 worth of orders from letterboxing will normally take you around about 6 hours, if you include the time it takes to make your catalogues up, deliver the catalogues, and also to get them back. Now, with £150 worth of orders presenting, because you're making up less catalogues and it's much quicker to get back, it normally takes you about 4.5 hours to get the same amount of sales. Of course, you're going to lose much less catalogues, around about 2%. 1 to 2% is normally what we found, and that's been proven by a Kleeneze survey as well. Also, within that same survey, Kleeneze actually did over 5,000 houses, worked out that you see around about £2.70 per catalogue. And from our experience, we've certainly found between sort of £2 to £3 a catalogue is an average that you can normally expect to see. So you're going to have a much more profitable business. You're going to lose less catalogues. You're going to get more back per catalogue as well, which is obviously more likely to keep you in the business, and also you're going to be more enthusiastic to tell other people about it, of course. If at any time in the future you need any further help or advice or guidance, always call your sponsors. They're the people that introduce you to Kleeneze, and also available to you are the people that introduce them to Kleeneze to help you with your business. Above this video tutorial, you'll see a document presenting your catalogues. This is also there to help you, to remind you about some of the things we've discussed here and give you further details as well. Now, we hope you found this video tutorial useful. And remember, help and advice is only a phone call away. Happy retailing.